Hey everybody. So this review of Love and Marriage Huntsville is brought to you by Jose Cuervo and Moctezuma Tequila. Anyway, I just want to say to y'all, thank y'all so much for those of you who have been subscribing and liking the video and for the views. I really appreciate it. Because I've been trying to grow my channel for a minute. And I actually didn't expect to even get as many views as I got about my opinion on Jonathan Majors. So, I mean, if there's other stuff that y'all want me to talk about, by all means, please tell me as I try to grow the channel. All right, so anyway, let's get into this review of Love and Marriage Huntsville, Season 6, Episode 3, Hasta La Tisha, honey. Okay, so Letitia and Kiki still at the gym talking, okay, about their family drama. Now, Kiki told Tisha, she took her best friend away when they stopped hanging with each other. And apparently, her and Tisha got into it when Tisha was pregnant. And see, that was helpful for me to know, okay, in terms of them understanding each other and them falling out and that kind of thing. Because at that point, then that is different. Because you got to take care of your health and your kids. I told you this is brought to y'all by Jose Cuervo. All right, anyway, I'm all over the place. Anyway, and then Tisha said, well, look, we were in the front yard. She remembered exactly where they were. And apparently, Kiki, while she was on, her opioids, they went in the front yard and started screaming. She said, fuck you and fuck that baby. Now, see, Kiki. And Tisha was like, that's when I realized you really needed help. And that is clearly a sign of help. But as a pregnant woman, I can totally understand why Tisha would have to go at least until her baby got safely into the world. Okay? So Tisha was like, whatever. She needed help. However, Tisha was like, at the time, I needed a C-section. I was recovering from that. And you were really taking my patience. And she was like, I had to protect myself. I was like, yeah, herself and her baby. A woman cannot be, a good mother and not take care of herself. It becomes very hard. And you quite frankly can't deal with everybody's addictions or their issues, okay? And I know, like, your cousins and your friends and it's your family, but at the same time, she has a new baby in the world. See, I didn't know this part, so that's why it was important. Um, so Tisha also brought up how Kiki was spilling her and Marceau's tea about him cheating or possibly cheating, whatever. So on and so forth at Melody's party. I mean, the issue is she did it around non-family and she did it on fucking camera. And when family says something, it gives it a level of validation that it would not otherwise get. All right, so they agreed to call a truce. Clearly that shit ain't work because they was getting into it by the end of it. I honestly understand more after that conversation why Tisha was so hurt by it. But I still think they would have been able to get past all of this all these years now if Kiki wasn't on TV hanging out with Mel and spreading Tisha's business on Love and Marriage Huntsville. That's why I really think it is. But I guess on reality TV, even though these days are disappearing, where you have to pretend like you're not on a reality TV show, I think that's really what's bugging Tisha. All right. Then the combo ends like all these conversations, and Tisha's having a girls' event. Okay, girl. Okay. Anyway, so Marcel's at Black, and he brought his dad. I just knew this was the Mark that was trying to kick it with Melody's mother, but then I realized it was his father. He looked good for his age. Okay, they all look alike. So anyway, him and his father are smoking cigars, and Marcel brings up the time his father caught Maurice trying to smoke weed. People do some crazy shit and get caught. So his father lives in Michigan, and he was like, it's rare that he gets to come down, so I'm happy about it. So his father told him, look, I'm proud of you. And then he just dropped it on him old school style, like, I love you, but this is what I meant to tell you. And said, you were busy trying to make a living, and I want you to focus on making a life with your kids and your wife. And he said, I worked and worked. He was like, I used to do time at, Chrysler. And a lot of people in that Detroit area, I don't know if they're from Detroit specifically, but that area, he was like, yeah, because they paid double or whatever. And he said, I didn't take my first cruise until I was 50. And I've never been on a cruise because I don't want to go on one. But I think that's good advice, not only for Marcel, but anybody who's watching. That sometimes you can just work yourself into a tizzy and forget why you're working, even if you think it's for a good cause. And his father was giving him some real advice. And he said, look, I don't want my kids to be like me. And Marceau was like, well, don't be so hard on yourself. And he says, no, I'm not being hard, I'm being realistic. And that conversation with his father reminded me so much of all the conversations I have with my mother. Because I get where his father's coming from, because my mother tells me things like that. And I understand why Marceau like tried to cover his father's feelings immediately. Because I hate that my mother in many ways feels guilty for things that maybe she didn't do or felt like she should have done better. Because the bottom line is I'm still here. The bottom line is me and all four of my siblings not only went to college, graduated, on scholarship grants and prayers. Okay. Hello and good morning. Okay, and loans and everything else. Um, and 4 out of 5 of us got advanced degrees, and my mother, who never got to even finish community college, pushed us all the way and encouraged us all along. And I hate that when she says she doesn't want us to be like her, because I'm like, there's so many things about my mother that I admire. So I understood that. Um, and I feel like Marceau, I understood why he said it to his father. But a little advice for you, Marceau: smart men learn from their own mistakes. Wise men learn from somebody else. And your father was trying to teach you something. Okay, but as usual, you be fucking up and not listening, because before this episode was over, you just couldn't help but go back to yourself. So anyway, Letitia is at the coffee house meeting up with Kimmy in another forced ass scene. But okay. So Kimmy walks in serving looks, but I guess in Huntsville, hell, I imagine there are many places to wear your fashion. You gotta wear them where you come. She was like, it's like a library in here. I was thinking to myself, because ain't nobody in there. Anyway, so Marceau brought in a business partner, apparently, and this is according to Tisha, and according to what we've seen in the previews. Marceau brought in a business partner and took over Tisha's office space. Marceau, you a disrespectful son of a bitch. Okay, and I have tried on occasions, because honestly, Marceau, there are times that despite the way you are, I'm like, well, that shit makes sense. I understand why he's saying what he's saying, but you was fucking up. So anyway, Marceau brought in a new business partner and took over Tisha's office space. So much so that this new guy has his degree on the wall and Tisha's office space, and he didn't tell her nothing about it. What the fuck? I'd feel a way if somebody walked into my office and my husband had a sex. I don't care if he didn't even show up on a regular basis. Like, you don't touch that shit. Okay? I don't even have no husband. I'd be offended by that. So Marc's like, you need to get your shit together, okay? Because the way you treat your wife, you are teaching other people that it's acceptable to talk to her that way. Or treat her that way. And that, let me tell you something. You talking about slippery slopes, motherfucker? That's a slippery slope. Anyway, so he brought in another person without telling Tisha the details. Kimmy asked, are you mad? And I was thinking to myself, she ought to be. Marceau, you need your ass whooped bad. Okay, so Tisha was like, Kimmy just came in and she can handle the Scott boys. And Kimmy was like, well, by the time you see it, we've agreed on something, but it's not because it's that easy. And she was giving basically Tisha advice, despite Tisha pointing out that she's been married longer than everybody else. Tisha is kind of like somebody who's been on the job longer than everybody else. But if you're not really that good at that job, you just, running in place, the years don't matter. Okay. So anyway, Tisha is giving her advice on how to talk to the Scott brothers and what language to use, not to use. Instead, why don't y'all hold these grown ass men, late 40s, okay, strong 40s, okay, possibly moving into their early 50s, okay? Hold their asses accountable. Hold them to the same man standard, especially with them being so chauvinistic. Hold them to that motherfucking standard and see how long they last. I bet you they won't. Fuck that shit. Talking up, pussyfooting around a bunch of, me, I'm a man. Well, motherfucker, take this shit like a man. Anyway, so, in the midst of this conversation, Mel calls Kimmy while she's hanging with Tisha. And because it's on reality TV, we have to hear it on the speakerphone in this very quiet white establishment in Alabama. Now, Mel says, I know you're going through the process. And she said, she was basically asking if Kimmy could still do massages and stuff. And that is a important question. Because in the process of surgery, what happens is you're replacing one of your breasts, if it's in one or if it's in both. Sometimes people get a double mastectomy, which is where my mother is headed in the process. She's still in chemo, but that will be the process. And so you can't do everything you would normally do. And I thought that was thoughtful of Mel. Clearly production told Mel and Tisha to do the same thing. It's a matter of who could get the most people first. Anyway, so Kimmy was basically like, yeah. And then Tisha ask Kimmy if she can talk to Mel. And Kimmy was like, okay. And she said the only thing she could think of is there's an argument about to pop off in this quiet ass coffee shop. Poor Kimmy. Kimmy tried so hard to toe that line and not be in the middle of mess. But some motherfuckers just won't let you live, girl. So Kimmy said that she's starting to feel better physically, so don't be leaving her out of stuff. She said she can do most stuff. And that's good to know. I like to see women overcome. Shout out to Kimmy. And prayer is still up for you as you, hopefully at this reunion, you'll be able to come out on the other side and give people encouragement, because you certainly encourage a lot of women to go and get their breast checked. All right. So Marcel and Tisha and the family are at home. Marcel's playing with the kids in chess and Tisha's cooking. So let me just say this. Those are Marcel's kids for sure. Tisha, I know you carry them, and if I was you, I'd be pissed the fuck off if didn't one of them kids come out looking exactly just like me. Now, I don't have no kids. But nevertheless, you'd have done all that work, okay? All them 27 months of carrying them kids, and don't one look just like you. Them are Marcel's kids, okay? He must be getting on your nerves bad when you was pregnant. Anyway, so he asked the kids, if y'all miss mom's cooking every day, she can't cook for y'all because she's too busy working. And this shit pissed me the fuck off. Motherfucker, okay? How are you going to talk about Tisha being too busy when your father just came down from Michigan to Alabama to get in your ass? Y'all know that's a normal migration pattern, right? Particularly during the second migration, a lot of black people from Alabama went to Michigan. Know your history. All right? So, Tisha being too busy when your father just got in your ass about working too much. Know your role, bruh. Know your role. But you know what? Marcel can't help himself. So anyway, he told the kids she'd rather work than cook for you guys. Marcel, sir, independent black working woman, okay, to chauvinistic motherfucking husband. Let me tell you something. You are all the way foul, and you are out of order. That is fucked up to talk to your kids about their mother so poorly and disrespectfully, especially in front of them. It's wrong either way, but especially in front of them. Because you are teaching your daughters, sir, okay, that it is an acceptable way for a man to communicate like that with his wife, his romantic partner. And Tisha, you are teaching those young girls that as well by not speaking up for yourself. Additionally, your oldest kid, the boy, is learning from his father that a man's job is not to be home with his family and to be affectionate, and that it is okay to belittle your wife in front of your children. This relationship has officially bothered the fuck out of me. Now I tried to let it roll, let it slide, because I was like, if it works for them, then let it work for them. But my thing is, that's not okay. And the rift that exists currently as I live and I breathe between black men and black women, whether we date each other or not, and I know, watching from TikTok, there have been so many black women continuously trying to explain themselves, why they're providing and taking care of themselves, and they have to explain why they don't want somebody with less than them. And I told y'all, my great uncle told me that. He told me, he said, you don't ever take less than what you have. And you ask, that I can't repeat the word he said, but you ask him what he's bringing to the table. If he don't have nothing to bring to the table and it ain't more than what you have, that ain't the kind of man you want. I don't care what generation you in. Yes, you smart, you're intelligent, you're educated, you've done what you're supposed to do. He need to do the same thing. And if he can't, he ain't the one. Shout out to Uncle Nobby. Okay? Anyway. Now, then one of the kids says, well, what about you? And that was the girl. I said, okay, I see you've been hanging around Grandma Wanda, but that's okay, because that's a good thing you need to learn. Then their son, MJ, in a very good moment, says to his mother, I would never let my spouse talk to me like that, especially after 17 long years. I said, yes, go off, MJ. Your son seems to pick up on the fact, Tisha, that his father is disrespecting you and is now taking up for you. And Tisha, you need to take up for yourself. And I've seen this dynamic play out in families. I told you, I had one brother, 3 sisters. It's 5 of us and we're 2 years apart. And let me tell you something, Marcel. The thing is, kids learn a lot by example, and kids aren't stupid. Okay, and I'm just reflecting on my childhood, the things that I noticed, and the things I think my mother thought she was protecting me from, the things I think either my father thought we would conveniently forget about, or whatever the hell it was. But no, no, you don't. And even if you're not careful, and I wasn't always, you find yourself back in those situations that kind of you go, wait, I know this isn't right, but it's familiar. And that's something I had to really learn in my 20s. And it's also another reason, just why I've never been big on marriage, but that's my personal thing. And Marcel was like, MJ, how can you take her side? Tisha was in that confessional, was like, you were talking about a boy and his mother. And let me tell you something. I don't care how weak we can call Tisha or how weak we think she is. As long as she loves her kids like that, let me tell you something. The rest of the world can say what they want to say. That boy will stand down and fight whole ass troops if it means protecting his mother. You want to know why? Because that's the first woman in his life who has loved him. She has protected him. She has taken care of him. And he's getting older. And he ain't going to stand for that shit. And Marceau, you better slow your roll, motherfucker. I'm telling you right now. Because that boy becomes a man. All right? I'm just telling you. I'm just telling you. And, then Marcel's misogynistic ass not being able to come up off of it was like, well, you know, he's taking your side, but it's a slippery slope. Then he'll be cooking and watching kids and washing clothes. I said, Marcel, you ain't shit. You sorry motherfucker. She done given birth to 3 of your kids. Motherfucker, you need to learn how to make some meals. Anyway, so Tisha was like, why would you do that in front of the kids? He was like, they knew I was joking. No, they don't. No, they don't. Okay? Kids learn how to try to break tension and learn about their parents' feelings and then try to negotiate it. And that's a heavy ass burden for kids to bear. I know. I go to therapy once a week. Okay? Okay. So I ain't speaking like, oh yeah, I know because I have all these degrees and shit and I learned it. No, 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 no. I had to sit in somebody's office on somebody's couch and work with an old black man who is a psychoanalyst. And as I continue, and we'll be meeting with him again this week and have been for the last 5 years, trust and believe I have done some hard work and I still got a long way to go. So don't give me that shit, Marcel. Okay, you probably ain't gonna never see this video, but at this point, okay, I'm telling all y'all who's watching so you can learn and know better. Okay, black women, you do not need to dim your light. Okay. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine, okay? Hide it under a bushel. No! Y'all remember learning that in the children's choir? You did if you went to church. You did if you was raised right. So anyway, Tisha started going off about Gina, whoever the hell this guy is, being hired without her consent. And she says she owns 85% of Skull. And I just wish Tisha would boss up on that shit and fire Marcel's ass to prove a point. Okay, so Marcel was like, well, the owner of the company, you think you should be charged of hiring and firing people? Motherfucker, are you for real? Hells yeah. Tisha, I can't take it. Like, call and make up with Mel and pay her if you have to for some personal consulting, because this is some bullshit and you need like a boss up. Like BAWSE, like we say in the ATL. Boss, okay? So Tisha, you going off in the confessional about what Marcel's done instead of going off on Marcel is not helping. It may be cathartic in the moment, but you're going to still have the same sorry husband when you get home. Anyway, so Marcel, you're full of shit. And you're so misogynistic that it's disgusting. And misogyny is such a dead-end way of thinking that you quit making sense. Marcel, you aren't making sense. And Tisha, you need to tear his ass a motherfucking new one. Okay? So go and rent a room in Mel's house. Like I said, go and make up with her. Be like, girl, I'm sorry. I want us to be friends again. That big-ass house Mel got. Take your kids and start living like the Golden Girls. Do what y'all got to do to build up your businesses and then go your separate ways. Enough, okay? Enough. The example is there. Mel took the fire. She can tell you how to go through social media, not to deal with social media. Stay on TV, take care of your kids, and check anybody's grandma that's sitting around talking about the paternity of her child. Okay? Let's go. So there was nothing about Marcel's apology to Tisha. When she was asking him questions that indicated he was listening or hearing what Tisha was saying. Tisha was like, I want you to understand my feelings. And he said, I listen to logic. I said, you know what, motherfucker? You ain't logical at all. And you can kiss my motherfucking ass. All right, so anyway, Tisha is hosting a spa event with all the ladies. Anytime Tisha is hosting something, I'm just going to tell y'all right now, it's going to be some bullshit because she ain't in control. She ain't the boss. See, Mel already is sitting there creating her pottery and creating her ideas about how she gonna throw this out and this out and this out and this out to confuse everybody else to stay out of her business. Okay? But see, Tisha ain't that quick. So apparently this includes Kimmy, this event that people invited to. Kimmy, ugly ass Stormy, who is wondering if Mel is coming. Stormy, you are so fucking funny looking. The fact that you sell hair products, I really hope you don't try to get into makeup products because you ain't gonna convince us of nothing. Maybe them chicks down in Huntsville, I don't know. Maybe the Alabama A&M chicks. I mean, shout out to the HBCUs, but you know, local people can get away with that shit when you ain't got nowhere else to go. Oops. But now they had the internet, they can call them Fenty. Anyway, so Tiffany, aren't you supposed to? I thought when you were pregnant, you weren't supposed to have massages. I didn't see her get one, but I know that's not the case. But apparently, Tiffany and Kiki have an issue because Tiffany is bothered about how she was willing to throw her family under the bus. Tiffany, please remind me about how that is any of your fucking light-skinned ass business. Bitch, cut it out, okay? You, Giselle Bryant, Robin Dixon, or whatever the fuck her name was before she got married, y'all bitches are giving light skin a real bad name, and y'all are embodying every fucking stereotype that people just create and to some degree have experience. I mean, we can talk about all kinds of stereotypes around skin complexion, but y'all bitches is really pulling it, and I don't appreciate it because I'm a black person who has to go day to day, and I don't like it. And let me tell you something, I ain't no light skin punk, okay? So I want y'all to calm your ass down and quit triggering other black women. That's a long way to get to our point. Anyway, okay. So nobody is checking for you, Tiffany. Mind your damn business. Like, goddamn. You would think somebody who is pregnant, at least I would think, I don't know anymore. I guess there's not rules anymore. When somebody is pregnant, they would try to stay out of shit. And I'd be afraid something would come out wrong with my child if I was acting a damn fool while I was pregnant. Was I the only one that was taught that? Like, the way you treat people, the way you talk about people when you're pregnant, your child can come out with them same problems. See, I'm not into that. I ain't pregnant either, but that ain't the point. The point is we talking about you, Tiffany, because I ain't on TV trying to tell everybody about my life. So anyway, so Stormy was like, wow, Kiki and Tisha look just alike. They do. And I really just think Stormy was just trying to make small talk to remind everybody that she was there at the event, so the camera hits her. But I just think she was making small talk. And they do look just alike. They look like damn near twins. Her, Wanda, and Kiki. So Kiki said, well, that's a compliment for her. Kiki, you could have kept that to yourself. Not because under other circumstances, I wouldn't have just perceived that as like a regular cousin joke. But like, because y'all have, the skin hasn't grown back. That wound is still raw. You shouldn't have done that. Okay? So Stormy seemed like she was, like I said, just making small talk. You know damn well this ain't the first time they've been together around each other, and she saw they looked alike. So Tiffany, but you and your messy ass and your sloppy ass ex, not even NFL, ex AFL. Is there like an American football league? Ass husband. I don't even know why I'm bringing him up, to be honest. But I just don't like neither one of y'all motherfuckers. But you should have shut the fuck up, okay? So Tiffany uses the massage gloves and asks if this can be considered a puppet. And I was just like, Tiffany, you are such a bitch. And you're a miserable one. Like, do you and your husband, like, gossip or fuck? Because I'm going to tell you right now, I couldn't fuck no man, okay, who's sitting around gossiping with me about women. Okay, red flag, red flag, red flag. Okay, and it's not a good look. It's just not. So Tisha said, don't worry, I'll mail you a puppet. She said, and it will look like you. She was like, oh, for the baby, because puppets are for kids. My thing, bitch, she didn't do that to you. This is the problem. Tiffany is causing so much chaos and confusion that I can't even figure out whose side I can be on for 6 seconds. First of all, Tisha didn't do that to you. That was between Tisha, Mel, and Kiki. Ho, were you even on the stage when that segment happened? Girl, bye. You just trying to create shit and you coming off like a fan on a show you supposed to be like at least a midway star. So Tisha was like, you about to get kicked out of here. Because my thing is, you came in coming for Kiki and about her loyalty to Tisha, and then you tearing Tisha down. No, ma'am. No, ma'am. So how are you going to be kicked out of a relaxing day when you are pregnant? People like this raising kids is a concern for me, because I really do wonder what the fuck goes on in your household if you're willing to act like this on TV and behave like this around other women. So Mel shows up at the spa. I was shocked that Mel even came. I thought Mel was doing her own event. Her hair, it was given, but Mel, we know Mel be showing up. Mel is getting over a cold, and she says she's just getting over a cold, so she can't really talk a lot. Mel, girl, let me tell you something. You got some convenient ass excuses when it ain't your event, and something about me ain't mad. So Mel ends up in a room with Tiffany, like a little spa room or whatever. And Tiffany brings up that Kiki is Mel's friend, and that Tiffany has never had a chance to talk to her. Now Mel is picking up on the bullshit and just says, you know what? Well, Kiki's not a bad person. Period. And she goes, are you referring to the Christmas party where Tiffany was not there? I don't remember Tiffany being there. Then Tiffany says to Mel, well, I don't like to surround myself with people like her, because if you do that to your family, you'll eventually do it to me. Okay, bitch, then don't surround yourself. What the fuck you show up for? Yeah, because you need that camera time, because you need that extra check. And considering that little barnyard, backyard y'all had, where y'all was cutting the mowing lawn, y'all could use this check. Anyway, so then Tiffany says to Mel, you know, well, you surround yourself with positive people. And I was like, bitch, you are already a disloyal trick, okay, who is in a marriage with the first goofy ninja that would put up with you. So why are you bringing up shit from a year ago that has nothing to fucking do with you? Like, she's a messy bitch without a goal, Giselle Bryant. Okay, and that's some whack ass shit. That was just whack to me. So Mel ignores her and says that she is enjoying the peace in the room, the aroma, the colors. So Tiffany goes, is that a deflection? Bitch, yes it is. And why? Because she don't feel like entertaining this bullshit. She's supposed to be here for a spa day. Fuck it. So then Tiffany says, well, I'm just worried about it. I was like, then take your pregnant ass home, ho. Wasn't nobody checking for you to be in nobody's scenes. We honestly rather have Miss Wanda than you. Fuck out of here. I can't stand bitches like her, because I've seen them in real life. And this bitch is a good 40. Too damn old. But we all know most people, in my experience, most people don't grow up. They just become larger extensions of their former selves, but not in a good way. All right. So Stormy says Tiffany is trying to have a conversation with Mel. In the confessional, Stormy saying this. And she's clearly not here for it. And instead of saying she's talking about how the room is peaceful, so on and so forth. Now, could Mel have said that? Sure. She could have just said, I don't want to have a conversation. But saying that to a bitch like Tiffany is a waste. Stormy, if you could tell Mel wasn't here for it, then Tiffany's grown ass should have picked up on social cues. Okay? Now, Kimmy and Kiki and Tisha were talking in the spa. Talking, passive-aggressively fighting. So Kimmy is just like, look, adults can agree to disagree. I don't understand how things get so blown out of proportion. Then Kiki comes for Kimmy and her talking stuff and taking stuff back to Tisha. And instead of patching up a problem, she claims that Kimmy instigated it. Kimmy did not instigate that shit. Her first obligation, Kiki, if she has to have one, is to Tisha, because they are sisters-in-law. It does not seem like Kiki and Kimmy were hanging out outside of Kimmy's connection to Tisha, so she doesn't owe you that. Tisha complained about how Kimmy was disloyal the last season, even while Tisha was throwing tantrums about Kimmy's loyalty. She took up for Tisha at that Christmas party where she wasn't and let Tisha know what she needed to know. Kiki, let's remember that you went to Mel's house voluntarily, knowing good and damn well that her and Tisha weren't getting along and that there would have been a camera crew there. All right, cut it out. It's not Kimmy's job to fix your problems that you created. Girl, bye. So Kimmy says to Kiki, if a room full of people feels like you had something bad to say about your cousin, then everybody is wrong but you. Kiki, you know this bitch ass? She said yes. I said, bae. Jose Cuervo, come in. Help me out a bit, baby. Okay, so anyway, so Kimmy goes, that's fair. I can't argue. Kimmy, you could argue, but you know what? It wouldn't be worth it. Anybody willing to say something dumb like that, it ain't worth it. So then Kiki brought up how Stormy was talking shit too. The difference is that Kiki is Tisha's cousin, not Stormy, as far as I'm concerned. Kimmy was like, she did tell Tisha about what Stormy had to say as well. Okay, so overhearing this, because this is a Huntsville spa, then Mel, Tiffany, and Stormy decide to go in the spa room to overhear the conversation. Mel's messy ass leads the way, okay? She ain't that concerned about the colors and the aroma. Anyway, so Kiki was like, Tiffany starts lecturing Kiki about the way she should deal with her family. And Kiki was like, it's not fair for her to make that comment. Tiffany, it's not. And like I said, I have to keep switching sides. It's not. You're out of order. You're out of place. That's not your family. Kiki hasn't said or done anything to you, and now you're creating a situation. Okay? So Tiffany keeps with this double speak, taking up for Tisha and then saying it's none of her business. Then Tiffany says, I didn't grow up in a big family. I didn't have a lot of siblings and cousins, so maybe I don't understand. And Kiki was like, you don't understand. And I was like, yes, go off, okay? I hate when so many people are wrong and carrying on so much that I can't even take a clear side because it's stressful. But that's all I have to say for tonight. I wish y'all the best. I hope y'all have a happy, blessed Sunday and a great week. And I'll talk to y'all soon. Drop down in the comments. Tell me what you think. See you soon. Bye.